Google Analytics is actually very easy to set up. You do have to have a few things. One is a Google Analytics account. The other is the tracking code they will provide you. And the third thing is access to your web pages. However, let's start at the very beginning. Go to google.com/analytics, or you can simply search on Google Analytics, and it will probably be the first link. If you don't have a Google account, such as a Gmail or a Google Plus account, then you need to create an account and click on Create an Account. If you already have a Google account, like I do, you can simply sign in using your email address that is associated with your account. So I will now sign in. It will take me to the administrative page. As you can see, I actually have quite a few websites that I am tracking at this time, but you won't see any of these because you don't have them. What you will need to do is go to Admin for administration. And again, because I have several things, it starts listing them from the top. You will not have anything, but you will be able to go to Create New Account. That will probably be your only choice if you don't have any other accounts at this time on Google Analytics. You want to Create New Account by clicking on that. This again is for tracking a website, not an app. That's a whole nother discussion. I usually just say leave the Universal Analytics on. They're now testing it. They call it beta, but I would just leave it on. Go with the default. If you don't want to be part of that, you can simply choose Classic. It will make no difference for you. You need to give it a name. I will go ahead and say that I'm going to do WordPress how to. You can call it anything you want. I usually like to make it very clear. Then you have to give the URL to the website so that it can know where it will find the website. It will ask you for some information regarding what industry it's in. You can again choose from the options available. I'm going to go ahead and say Other because this is a testing site. You can choose the reporting time zone based upon whatever desire you have. Again, you can give it a, you can sign up for the additional products. I usually leave these there. They don't really make a whole lot of difference. Yes, more people are tracking you, but it's not that big a deal. And again, you can call this whatever you want. So I'm going to call this my WordPress training site. And then down here is a big blue button that says Get Tracking ID. That is what you need. And you have to accept their terms of policy. For the most part, I have no trouble accepting their terms of policy. Yes, they're doing a lot of tracking, but that's to be expected. You will then get this tracking code. You don't have to understand the tracking code. You simply have to copy it and paste it. You will see in this tracking code an ID that starts UA dash and a set of numbers. This is your actual account ID for your analytics tracking. This may come in handy later on. This information has to go on all of your web page, each and every web page or post that you want to track. Right now, Google is recommending that it go in the head text, ideally right before the closing head tag, but you'll see that mine is sitting here in the middle, and we're going to talk about what this up here means in just a moment. But it needs to go on the page. Every page must have it. This is another advantage to using a content management system because I only have to put it in one place, the header portion of my content management theme, and it will automatically appear on every page I create. So that's another plus for it. If you are using a content management system or software, I highly recommend WordPress. And depending upon your theme or who is working with you, they may have a location as part of the theme where you can drop this code. For example, header script code. Some people still like to put it in the footer. Some people still like to use old, what they call asynchronous code. But you, for the most part, will want to just copy and paste what they give you. It must go into the header of each and every page, the header HTML of each and every page. If you do not know how to do this, and if you do not know how to do your HTML and maybe you didn't build your website, you had someone else do it, then you probably should consider hiring someone to do this for you. If you are about to have a website built or updated, you should definitely make certain that including this in your pages is part of the bid and part of what you're paying for. It takes no more time than it takes to copy and paste this code. Also, if you are using WordPress, one of the advantages I have to a self-hosted WordPress site is that I can add plugins. And one of the plugins I like to add is Google Analytics for WordPress by Yoast. One of the things it does is I can take, remember I told you that little ID number? I can take that little Google Analytics tracking ID number, drop it in here, and this plugin will automatically place it in the correct location of every page on my site. The other advantage with this plugin is I can make some other modifications as to what is tracked and how it is reported to me, which I happen to like. By the way, if you are using WordPress.com, particularly the free version of WordPress.com, you cannot track your analytics. You cannot add Google Analytics to your site. This is one of the reasons why I tell people if you are running a business site or a nonprofit site, you should be running a self-hosted WordPress-based site, because then you have complete control as to what you use in the way of themes and what you add in the way of plugins and other features. Anyway, once you have added that tracking code, Google will then verify it for you. You'll come back to your little admins section. You will verify that you've put that code in there, and within 24 hours you will start getting data. And so at that point you will come back to your admin page, and I'm going to go back up here to my admin, and you may choose whatever. You will then start being able to look at actual data. So I'm going to come over here, and you can now look at actual data. For most people, if you're just starting, this is what they're wanting to look at, and they're usually wanting to look at it in this view where you can find out how many visitors, how many unique visitors, and if you hover over the information, it will explain to you what these numbers represent, and you can then choose what are relevant information to you. You can also create custom reports and custom dashboards so that you only get the information that you want, or you get the information that you want in a quick summary format. You can even have this information automatically emailed to you on a regular basis, or you can export it to put into your own programs such as Excel or Numbers for those who are Mac users, and play with it however you wish. Anyway, that's really all it takes, and at that point you now have some real information that will allow you to make some good decisions and find out exactly how effective you are. By the way, for those who don't like numbers at all, they have a little version called Visitor Flow, which will tell you I have 2,000 visitors from the UK, 15.6% of the people coming from the United States goes to my home page, and then I lose about 84% of them, and I can just visually see what's happening, where people are coming from, where they're flowing on my site. I can also do this by sources, so I can see where my traffic is coming from Google, and where they go and where I lose them, and that's a visual version of it. So that, I hope, helps you. That's basically it. If you really, really, really are afraid, you can go find freelancers on every place from Craigslist to Fiverr who can help you do this. If you have a website developer who has helped you set up your site, they should be able to do this, and certainly they should not charge you very much money to do this. I hope that helps. Take care.